here we are, week 4 of the 6-week journey, coming almost to a close. Week 4 is not quite the close, but we're getting there. I have enjoyed holding like a pen, like I'm a news anchor. That's not really.
It's a dream come true.
Yeah, it's a little bit exciting. But this week is. It's got to be one of the favorites for sure, and we're here shooting this.
You and I've already said what our favorites are, so everything.
Yeah, mine's Abraham, your Moses, but here we are talking about Rahab,
So
found in the
amazing.
book of Joshua, chapters 2, 4, 5, and 6. There is this extraordinary woman. What? Why are you?
I like your counting.
Yeah, 2, 4, 5, and 6. That's the chapters.
What happened to 3?
I mean, I'd like us to focus on the content here. Oh, 2, 4, 5, and 6. I left out 3. Who does that? I am not great with numbers, folks.
We know.
We are trying to focus here on the
Rahab.
content. I will make a note of that.
Don't try to do numbers.
Don't try to do numbers. Okay, come on. Let's focus. Oh, man. Okay, so this week is about Rahab, and I'm really excited about it. You literally can't contain
I
yourself.
can't get it together.
Okay, so this week is about Rahab. Okay, folks, she's laughing because I literally said the story of Rahab is in Joshua 2, 4, 5, and 6, and I left out the 3rd chapter.
Because
which
I'm
is
so
included.
blessed because it is my life all the time, so I'm just glad we got to share
sorry. I'm so sorry.
that. Rahab's story really is amazing. I'm going to stop talking so I can stop laughing.
Okay.
Rahab's story really is amazing because she is a woman who is a prostitute, who is living in a pagan city. So in some ways, she should know nothing about God, but yet she hears from spies about this God of the Israelites who's doing miracles. And spies come and she tells the spies, I believe in your God, and so he's going to come and when he comes, rescue me.
Yeah. She has this extraordinary gift of faith. And the Bible talks about a gift of faith, but what I'm talking about is it's like God gave her this faith, which of course is what we believe about Jesus. That God, we even the faith to believe in him comes from Jesus. And Rahab is this extraordinary figure who interrupts kind of the Bible narrative, interrupts the regularly scheduled program, and just simply believes. I mean, it says that she says in Joshua 2:11, for the Lord your God is God in heaven above and on the earth below. I mean, think about this conviction of this woman who is receiving income from selling her body, but she believes that the God of the Hebrews, the God of the Israelites, is the God of heaven above and on earth below. And so she takes action. Yeah. She risks her entire life because of her trust in this God, creator of heaven and earth.
And then the end of her life is she moves into the Hebrew Israel camp, and she becomes the grandmother of Boaz, who ends up being the great-great-great-great-great-grandmother of Jesus. And so here's a woman from a pagan city who is a prostitute and ends up in the lineage of Jesus. In other words, without her, Jesus would not have been exactly who he was because her DNA was in him.
And that's salvation by grace through faith. We accept the promises of God and the benefits of God. And Rahab is such an extraordinary example of new covenant, this new way of relating to God. She simply received and believed, and all of her conduct, all of her immoral lifestyle was forgiven and covered, and she was immediately, so to speak, inserted in to the family of God, inserted into the lineage of Jesus. And that is exactly how faith works. No matter what we've done, no matter what error, wrong, sin, immoral lifestyle we've participated in, by simply believing and receiving in this gracious God who's demonstrated himself through Jesus, we're forgiven forever. And we're immediately a part of God's family. It's definitely my favorite part of Rahab's story.
Yeah, there's no in-between time. She doesn't have to live outside the camp and then she can live inside the camp. It is immediate. And so no matter what our past is, we are immediately part of God's family.
That's why it's called the good news.
The
That's
good
why it's
news.
called the gospel. So I do hope that this week Rahab is so compelling to you and to me. You know, if you've beat yourself up, you find yourself discouraged because of your performance, because of the bad week you've had, maybe the bad few years. Maybe you're watching this and there was a time where you were an active part of a church community. Everyone recognized you and loved you and kind of looked up to you and respected you, and then you made that fatal decision, or so it feels, that error, that wrong, that you did the unthinkable. Maybe you were at the end of your rope thinking, I can't believe I've become this person. Can I remind you that God is a God of second chances? He's a God of redemption.
Yep.
If he can do it for Rahab, he can do it for anybody. He can do it for you, and he can do it for me.
Yeah, and can I leave you with this one thought? That it says that Rahab had heard. And maybe you
So
are
good.
dealing with those thoughts and that shame or whatever. And can I just ask you a question as we're concluding this, is what are you listening to? Whose voices are you listening to?
Wow.
Maybe your own voice is telling you you're not good enough. Maybe there's people in your life that are telling you you're not good enough. Can I encourage you to hear something different? Open up the Bible and read what God says about you. Listen to some messages so you can hear something else, so that you can believe that you are who God says you are, which is a righteous person of God.